Hi guys, welcome back to Urban Farm. This little video is just about a Jaboticaba I bought off Steve Trineri a couple of years ago. This is I'll get the tag out, it's a giant red diamond. I have a giant red crystal and a red lantern as well. I think they're all Taiwanese hybrids. I've actually had fruit a year ago, but like a few of these trees, the first year produces small fruit and they're not that great. So this year I've already had some bigger than this. The fruit look more like a red hybrid than a scarlet, but they don't go the dark colour of the red hybrid. They stay like a lighter colour, and they're actually pretty good. It's got a they've got a sweetness, but then like a real tang to them. Yeah, the pulp itself is a real citrusy tang. So yeah, the first fruit I had were very small, but this year they're a bit bigger. And I also might just show, this is a Grimmel that I grafted about 3 or 4 years ago onto a Sabra rootstock. Also did a small Sabra graft here off one of my fruiting Sabras, but that one hasn't grown much. I think the seedling, this was the most vigorous part of the seedling, and it's amazing how the graft heals up. The graft was here somewhere, but you can't see it now. And this graft was like here, I think, for the Sabra, but because this was more like a little branch than the trunk, the Grimmel has really taken over. But yeah, I've had a few nice size fruit off this 3-year-old grafted Grimmel fruit there. But it's interesting how when you graft one of these Jaboticabas, they don't grow the same as a seedling. They just look, to me this looks very weird. It just looks like a branch stuck in the ground. Yeah, it has a different growth habit when it's grafted. And these are the Brazilian guava we've been picking up hundreds of these off the ground. So in comparison, that's scarlet there. This one's just starting to fruit again. This is the Z4, a grafted Z4, and this is the same. The growth habit of this, it just looks like a trunk in the a branch in the ground. Sorry, not like a trunk of a tree. This is a Pingo de Mel that hasn't had any fruit yet. This is a red hybrid here that's just getting some flowers and fruit. And this is another red hybrid that has like a fairly nice crop of fruit. So you can see these are quite dark compared to the giant red, whatever they're called. But yeah, and I also had fruit on my Daly's giant Coronata, and unfortunately they are not giant. But once again, I had a lot of these fruit here are quite small, and I had about 3 bigger fruit, and they were not too bad. They were edible, but these ones are almost inedible. They're full of seed and don't taste very nice. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I might just leave it another year, see what happens, and if the fruit don't get any bigger or better, then we'll have to chop that one out, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a brief update what's going on. This is all the rare trees under the grow lights. everything's looking pretty good, and I've moved all of my farm trees up onto the drive here, ready to take up to the farm in spring later this year. And then I've put them down behind my garage, so I've got a heap of mangoes behind but at least now I have one continuous run here. I can just go through in about an hour or so. I can water everything, so I'm less likely to miss something if it's all together. But yeah, so that's a little update of what's been happening. And I'm going up to the Feast of the Senses this weekend, so I might do a video up there. And this is a grafted Alva star apple that's flowering in the pot, so I really should get that in the ground. Yeah, but I'll catch you on the next one. Okay guys.